I also think that you could really see the runway, right? The roadmap to what to build throughout the season. I think that you do a show this long, and I mean, this is what I was talking about earlier. This is my fifth season with the cast, and yours. This is your eighth.
It's my eighth. Is this my eighth? Is this my seventh or my eighth?
We talked seventh last season, I thought, but
I came in halfway through season 11.
So it's kind of like 7.5.
Yeah.
So 7.5, and for me, it's my fifth year, and doing this many episodes. I think that one thing I've understood very quickly, and I was telling Julian and John that it really is about the people you work with. It really is about how you're able to evolve as characters with one another. That's the biggest thing for me. I think it's just to be able to have things that are real that we can play. A lot of times we don't get an opportunity to do that, right? Because some procedural shows are very cookie cutter and very recipe driven. Our show, even though we have a recipe, I think that they make it about the people solving the case as well. Also our guest stars have amazing roles, and they're really meaty parts, and they get really good stuff. But I think that for us, I mean, that's what I think saves the day for us really as actors, is to be able to lean on one another and playing these characters. But yeah, I agree with you. I think that episode will be amazing. I think the fans will really like that. It's dangerous, it's fun, it's playful, and I think it's everything the fans have wanted to see. And then, and then we have tomorrow night's episode, which is the 400th episode, and it's a time travel episode. So you get to meet young Gibbs.
That's
played.
True.
You want to talk a little bit about that?
No, well, I was going to say that I was just trying to remember actually what the 400th was, only because we shot things out of order in the season, which we've never actually done. So yeah, we're going to see a young Gibbs and young Ducky, right? And what's so cool about this, and what's so odd because of the pandemic and also just shooting in general, there was like a totally different storyline than what we were doing in that episode, right? So they have this whole, I remember reading it, but I have no idea what they did.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited for the two of them to see the young Gibbs, young Ducky. What's happening over there?
Do you want to talk about who plays young Gibbs?
Well, sure. It's this guy. I don't know if everyone's, I don't know if you guys know him, Sean Herman, Mark's son, which is so cool, plays young Gibbs.
Yeah, so that's really fun, and there's a little spoiler alert for everyone. Young Gibbs is played by his own son.
Yeah.
So it's a really fun, beautiful. It's really interesting to see how they navigated on set too, because Mark was very respectful of like letting him do his thing and go through his process and supporting him the way that he could. But I think it was really nice to see that dynamic. And then young Ducky, the actor plays young Ducky so damn good.
He's great. I know, he's great. Do you think, I was just thinking about if like Sean and Mark like talked about like the Gibbs character, like do you know what I mean? Like, do you think that Sean, I mean, obviously Sean's seen the show over the years and is so familiar, and he knows his dad so well, and he knows the character so well. But I'm just kind of curious, like what kind of conversations they had, if any, about it. Or if,
I'm also really curious. You know what else I'm really curious about? I'm curious about how much of NCIS has his son watched, because I tell you what, like I don't think my nephew has seen one episode of that 70s show. You know what I'm saying?
Christian.
But, yeah, I mean, I'm sure Christian has, but I guess I'm thinking about like if you grow up with the show for so long, I wonder how much you followed it. I don't know. This is just me thinking scientifically.
Also, it's like your dad's going to work, right? So it's like just like another day at the office, kind of probably for Sean. I don't know. It's funny to think about.
And Sean's also a badass, right? He also does he does stunts as well, right?
Yeah, he does. He's a stuntman. Yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome, man. Well, I'm stoked that this is what I'm stoked about. This is what I'm excited about. I'm excited that we're working. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited that we were able to connect with other shows who are going through the exact same thing we're going through.
Yeah.
I think the CBS and Viacom as a family has made a really good protocols that are giving us the light and most importantly, like the confidence that we'll be able to make our whole season, everyone's being very careful on set. You know, we're being very safe. We're getting tested, you know, 4 to 5 times a week. And so that's been really great. But, you know, being able to have the bubble that we're very spoiled because we, you know, NCIS shoots in such a little bubble where it doesn't commute with anyone else, you know.
Yeah.
So that makes it even more exciting for us. But should we take some, like, one question or 2 questions, and then you would call it a night, because you know, you probably have a.
You got big plans over there? You going
No,
out?
I do. I gotta make banana cookies with my fiance.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, so it went from banana bread to
Will
banana
you
cookies.
bring me one tomorrow?
Sorry?
Will you bring me one tomorrow at work?
I don't know if they're gonna be gluten-free. So yeah, I don't know.
I'll
I don't know.
I'll have a nibble.
All right, let me see.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can you say hi to Argentina?
Hi, Argentina.
Hi. Okay, that was it. That was a good question.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a juicy question.
Ooh.
Ooh, juicy. I don't know if, I mean, it's above our pay grade, right?
It kind of is.
Like, I don't know if we should even go there.
I mean, it's percolating, right?
Right. I mean, it's not a surprise, right? But what does the fans think? Everybody comment on the bar and see what you guys think.
Kind of curious what they think about that little percolating relationship.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. You know,
I love
I don't
it.
know. I mean, I ship it.
Oh, you're so like.
I'm such a millennial. Yeah,
Oh,
I know what you were gonna say.
Until recently.
Let me see.
Yeah.
This is an interesting question. Are you still a foreign exchange student? I guess the answer is no. I am no longer a foreign exchange student. Let me see. Any more questions? Oh, okay. This is good. In your last couple of years, most memorable moment in NCIS?
Man, I mean, do you have one that comes to mind right away?
You know, I can't forget the first episode I did at NCIS. I feel like my episode where I think it might be the same for you. I know that you had you know, quite a start at your journey and finding the character, you know, throughout, you know, that season that you joined. For me, I think it was that first episode where we're developing a character from scratch, someone that the audience have never met before. I think it was a very controversial time because I think a lot of people have seen that, you know, Michael had left and they had all these assumptions about what it was going to be like. And then I came in and I just said, nope, that's not how it's going to go, you know? And I was empowered by you guys, the cast, you know, you guys were so welcoming to me. That was now 4 years ago. That was 4.5 years ago.
That is actually insane.
Yeah. So 4.5 years ago, I stepped on set, did my first table read with you guys. And you guys
walked in. I remember when we first met. Do you remember?
At the table read?
No, we met before the table read on your way to ADR, where we do like looping and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you remember, or do you not?
I don't remember exactly. Could you remind me?
Great. Very memorable. Cool. I would say moving on. My most memorable would also probably be my first episode. I was so overwhelmed, and also there was like this. Obviously, everyone loves and loved Ziva, and so I was so intimidated and nervous about what, you know, the fans were going to think about my character and all that stuff. And that a moment in time. Right. And now we are years later.
Yeah, and you know, you're still swinging.
I just want to say, honestly, also this recent episode, I know I keep going back to it, but like it'll stick with me. I loved it so much. I loved working with you on it.
Thank you. I also want to shout out to Gina, because Gina always writes an amazing episode. She's really, really good about writing our characters being human and experiencing things that are just unique and different. And I mean, she's done that for every character on the show. You know, every
Yeah.
episode that she's written has explored many of our characters that you guys love on the show and has taken them. So I think I will go back to all those seasons and watch some of those Gina episodes to all the fans that are here, so you guys can see what we're talking about. But
Yeah.
Look, I've already stole so much time from you.
Everyone's what?
I said I've already stole so much time from you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My time is your time, you know?
Oh, well, thank you. In that case, more questions. Let me see. This is an interesting question. So, do you guys ever go back and watch the episodes? You know, I do have a little bit of a tradition. You know, when I first started on the show, I sometimes would watch it with my dad upstairs, you know, in his apartment, or I would, or my mom would come over, and her and I would, you know, watch the show on the couch. And now that tradition is morphed, and now it's just me and my fiance watching the episodes and in the couch. And so it's kind of fun to watch episodes because we're sometimes 6 to 7 episodes ahead of time. Yeah. Right. And you sometimes forget that you shot some of these episodes. Yeah. And so it's kind of fun to you know, to look back at those. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it is. What about you?
Well, you know, we used to do screenings at lunch because the cast and the crew would be working, right? And so sometimes we would work past when the episode would be airing on Tuesday nights. So I have it recorded, and since we do not have those screenings anymore, obviously because of COVID, I'll watch it if we're back from work, just, you know, in real time or have it recorded. Mm-hmm. I won't watch everyone, you know, it just depends.
Right. Yeah, no, it all depends. I mean, this is the other thing, guys. So, you know, Tuesday is a business day for us, right? So we're basically coming back from, you know, from set, and, you know, sometimes we have to either prepare for the next day's work or just go to sleep. Sometimes we have long days out there, and but I'm looking at some of the comments here, and everyone's being so sweet and so nice. So everyone who's writing on the screen, on the comment bar, I just want to acknowledge you guys. You guys are so beautiful, so fantastic to us, and I just want to say that I'm so grateful for all your comments and your engagement. Every time that we tell you, hey, here's something from the show, or here's a picture from behind the scenes, or here's a scene of next week's episode, you guys engage it, you guys share it, and all that. So I just want to say I'm so grateful to you guys, the fans. You guys have kept the show going for, I mean, ridiculously strong. And I know I said at the beginning of the call again, I think you missed it, Emily, but we were already we were officially named the most watched show in the world again. Oh. And yeah, so that's a big deal for us. And then also this last Tuesday, you know, we were the #1 broadcast scripted show on all television. So, and that's a big deal, and that's a big tribute to all you guys, the fans who show up. So, Miliana, do you have a?
Well, do you see Alexa Jacobs? And say hi to Alexa.
Alexa.
Do you see her?
You know, Alexa's one of my best friends. You know.
She's actually one of my best friends. Well, we're still my friends, guys. So.
Do you have a fan for a fan? Do you have a message for the fans?
I just love you guys, and I appreciate you all so much. And you know, we wouldn't be where we're at without you all. So it's really all for you, and because of you.
Well, that being said, I'm gonna let you go. Hey, by the way, are you working tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right, then I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, so big shout out to the fans. Thank you for that whole time. You guys took with me for like an hour while I, you know, talked my ass off from everyone. So I just want to say I appreciate you. I love you. Miliana, I'll see you tomorrow.
I love you. I just.
Aww.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like Britney on that one, by the way.
Yeah, you look like her.
Like, oh my God, thank you so much.
Lucky you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
And to all you beautiful fans, beso muy grande. Los quiero, los amo, los amo. Chao, chao.